Yo, this is Too Tough here. This is this week's edition of Too Tough Tough Talk. This past Saturday on DAZN, Canelo Alvarez took on Daniel JACOBS for a unified middleweight title. Canelo impressed, winning a unanimous decision victory over the then IBF champ Daniel JACOBS. In what appears to be a back and forth affair, it may seem like JACOBS started a little bit too late before he himself started to come on strong in the second half of the fight. JACOBS himself believes he won the fight, believing he did enough to secure a victory over the Mexican boxing legend. Others believe that Daniel JACOBS won the fight also. Another boxing legend, Juan Manuel Marquez, scored the fight 7 rounds to 5 for Daniel JACOBS. The official judges, 2 of them had it 7 rounds to 5 for Canelo, while the third judge had it 8 rounds to 4 for Canelo. Demetrius Andrade, the WBO champ, believes Daniel JACOBS also won. However, he wants Canelo next to unify their titles with each other. G's team is looking for a trilogy fight with Canelo and believes it's the biggest fight in boxing. Canelo, however, wants titles and wants the WBO title or move up to 168, where WBA super champion Callum Smith is more than willing to face Canelo. Daniel JACOBS, meanwhile, believes he wants to move up to 168 after the defeat. Maybe he could secure a fight versus John Ryder. John Ryder, who beat Bilal Akwaki on the Facebook Golden Boy page to open up the night. Bilal, who was seen as the heavier hitter of the two, just couldn't land anything on Ryder before Ryder dispatched of him in the 3rd round. Also shown on the Facebook page was Anthony Young upsetting the odds and stopping Saddam Ali also in the 3rd round. Not known as a heavy hitter, it seems as if that Munguia loss is still weighing heavy on Saddam. Lamont Roach, the up-and-coming prospect, won what looked to be a closer fight than what the scorecard suggested. Joseph Diaz, aka Jojo Diaz, stops Fonseca in 7. After the win, Jojo called out IBF super featherweight champion Tevin Farmer, who has a war of words, so to speak, on social media with Jojo Diaz. The chief support of the card was Virgil Ortiz versus Mauricio Herrera. In what seemed like a theme for the night, 3rd round stoppages, Ortiz stops the never-before-stopped Herrera. With his victory over Herrera, we may have a new player in the 140-147 pound division. As I mentioned, the fight was aired on the streaming app DAZN, DAZN, where many of the customers had complaints against the company. The complaints range from receiving error messages to sound quality, the production. Even some felt uneven commentary from what appeared to be a pro-Canelo panel. Hopefully the kinks will be worked out in the future. I believe it's just because it was the DAZN's first big fight. On ESPN, also on Saturday, in Stockton, California, Jerwin Nkajas defeats Japanese contender Ryuichi Fana, I apologize if I chopped up the name, to retain his title. Tough fought battle for Nkajas, and everybody would like to obviously see him unify next. Also on the card, Stockton local favorite Gabriel Flores Jr. showed up and showed out, easily beating Eduardo. Again, another person to be looking for in the future. The main event had hard-hitting IBF light heavyweight champ Beterbiev take on Rod Kalajdzic, aka Hot Rod. Beterbiev stops Hot Rod in the 5th to maintain his perfect KO record. After the fight, Beterbiev called out Kovalev and the other light heavyweight champions to unify. However, Dmitry Bivol, the WBA light heavyweight champion, seems uninterested and appears waiting on a Marcus Brown mandate that's soon to come down. In other news, Sullivan Barrera signs with Top Rank. The light heavyweight Cuban contender is set to fight Michael Seals on the upcoming Oscar Valdez card. WBO champ Sergey Kovalev set to face mandatory challenger Anthony Yarde. The fight is set for June 29th in Russia to be aired on ESPN. Also in negotiations is WBO champ Maurice Hooker and WBC champ Jose Ramirez. They are trying to negotiate a unification between their two junior welterweight titles. This fight is being discussed to be aired on DAZN. It appears the WBC has ordered the WBA, WBO lightweight champion Vasyl Lomachenko to face their #1 ranked challenger Luke Campbell to fight for the vacant title that Mikey Garcia has just vacated. This is a surprise move, although not truly unprecedented. More to come on this later. That's today's edition of Too Tough Talk. Follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Too Tough Talk. Like, comment, and share with your buddies. Please subscribe and get notified. Too Tough, and that's my piece. Peace.